Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your GIS News for Friday, May 5. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the state will be spending over $4 billion this year upgrading infrastructure in Ocho St. Anne. Funds for facelift works are being provided by the Urban Development Corporation and the Port Authority of Jamaica. Works to start this year include a $2.5 billion upgrading of the Reynolds Pier to accommodate larger cruise ships and the expansion of the promenade at the Ocho Pier at a cost of $270 million. $100 million will also be spent upgrading the Ocho Market, and an artisan village will be constructed at a cost of $80 million.
We are not doing that for tourists, because tourists don't want to come to an artificial attraction. Tourists want to come and see the genuine, real thing of how we live as a people. And we want to show the world that as a people, we live in class and style.
Prime Minister Holness was speaking on Thursday during a town hall meeting at the Ocho High School. It's the first in a series of town halls planned to update the country on government's work to build a prosperous Jamaica. Parliament has amended the Public Debt Management Act, PDMA, to make certain provisions on par with international and local best practices. The legislation was approved in the House of Representatives on Wednesday. While opening the debate the day before, Finance Minister Audley Shaw said the changes were necessary to improve operational efficiency and effectiveness of debt management.
The PDMA represents a coherent and comprehensive legislative framework and takes a strategic approach to public debt management. The proposed amendments will therefore seek to be more detailed, specific, and be more flexible while still remaining consistent with the Act, thereby conferring better outcomes to the provisions of the Act.
The amendments provide for the establishment of a Public Debt Management Committee, the creation of a new timetable for tabling the annual report on the management of public debt, and provisions for government to make payments on non-guaranteed debt incurred by a public body. The PDMA was enacted on December 24, 2012 and came into operation in January 2013. Parliament has approved the retroactive implementation of GCT on group health insurance premiums effective April 3. The move came on Wednesday by way of an amendment to the resolution approving the tax collection, which was announced by the Finance Minister during this year's budget debate. During Wednesday's sitting, Parliament also approved a later start date for the application of GCT on residential electricity consumption over 150 kilowatt hours. It was initially to take effect on April 3, but has been pushed back to April 6.
The amended date of April 6 has been agreed in consultation with the JPSCO to allow for their systems to be able to efficiently administer the new threshold.
The Ministry of Health is looking to partner with the United Kingdom, UK government, to train Jamaica's specialist nurses. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton made this announcement in Parliament on Wednesday.
Simply put, what it would mean is that we train for some time here. They go to the UK for additional time, primarily on the clinical side because the UK has the hospitals. And at the end of that process, we both benefit from the value that is created by that trained nurse in that they can work in both locations.
Dr. Tufton said the collaboration was being sought as a measure to offset the high recruitment of Jamaican nurses by foreign jurisdictions, leading to shortages locally. He acknowledged that increased training was ideal, but said those efforts were challenged by insufficient clinical infrastructure to support this.
The only other option until we improve our clinical side of the infrastructure is to collaborate with other jurisdictions in the training process, cross-border training, that is, Mr. Speaker.
Minister Tufton said discussions were already underway with the UK government and an announcement would be made within the next 2 to 3 months on the progress of the talks. In the meantime, Cabinet has approved an immediate increase in the establishment of the cadre of specialist nurses by 300 posts. And finally, National Security Minister Robert Montego says Jamaica's crime-fighting interventions will benefit from increased use of reliable data. He was addressing a recent IDB-supported forum on crime and violence in Jamaica focused on data-driven policy.
We have to take back the space from the criminals and build a society that turns its back on criminality. And there is no other way to do this than with effective policy supported by sound and accurate data. Data from community surveys, systemic observations, and crime prevention assessments are necessary ingredients for data-driven crime prevention.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.